David Livingstone, 1813 to 1873. Missionary and explorer to Africa. David Livingstone, even before his death, became a celebrated public figure in the Victorian era. His labours as a missionary, his adventures as a pioneer explorer in a dangerous continent, his intractable drive to find the source of the Nile, his elevation to public attention by going from rags to riches, his success as a best-selling author, his stance as a champion for the enslaved and downtrodden, and his death on the mission field all made him a much heralded hero of the times. Today his memory is enshrined in the Hall of Heroes at the Wallace Monument in Scotland, his heart is buried in Africa, and the rest of his earthly remains lie buried in Westminster Abbey. What many forgot was the source of Livingstone's vast and intrepid exploration of Africa. Finding the sources of his wide-ranging explorations, he made clear to a friend, are valuable only as a means of opening my mouth with power among men. It is this power with which I hope to remedy an immense evil. What was that immense evil? Slavery, to be sure. But what drove Livingstone to give his life for Africa was the Great Commission, his desire to bring the light of the gospel of Jesus Christ to a people who walked in darkness. Early life and preparation. David Livingstone was born March the 19th, 1813 in Blantyre, Scotland, in a tiny apartment in a broken-down tenement house. His father worked a 12-hour shift at the cotton mill. When he turned 10, David laboured alongside his father and older brother John, working the same gruelling shift. Neil Livingstone, David's father, a committed Christian and member of the Church of Scotland, attempted to earn a little extra money to support his family by selling tea door to door. As he travelled about the countryside, he gave out gospel tracts to anyone who would read one. Young Livingstone's father was an avid reader of any books he could borrow on theology or foreign missions. Like his father, David had an inquiring mind, and early in life wanted to reconcile the Christian beliefs of his upbringing with the scientific discoveries of his era. He was fascinated with all living things, and gathered specimens of insects and other creatures and plants he found outdoors along the River Clyde. Somehow, though beset by grinding poverty and hard labour, Livingstone managed to acquire a good basic education at the night school operated by the mill. His interest in living things led a teacher to encourage him to study medicine. Saving every penny he could, he managed to enter Anderson Medical College in Glasgow, where he studied to become a physician. He also began learning Latin, Greek, and Hebrew in hopes of going to China for the London Missionary Society. Missionary to Africa. After meeting Robert Moffat, a missionary stationed at Kuruman in South Africa, Livingstone was inspired. Eagerly he determined to hold himself in readiness to go anywhere provided it be forward. Meanwhile, in the outpost in Kuruman, Livingstone met Moffat's daughter, Mary. She had been born and raised in Africa. When opportunity presented itself, Livingstone joined several other missionaries on long treks northward into the undiscovered interior of the continent. On one exploration in 1844, Livingstone came upon a Mobatasa village being attacked by a lion. He raised his weapon and fired. His aim was good and the bullet sank into the beast, but the lion turned in wounded fury and attacked Livingstone, tearing at his arm. A fellow missionary, though fearing he might shoot Livingstone, fired at the lion, which then turned on him. Livingstone scrambled to safety as the lion finally staggered, fell over, and died. While recovering from the lion attack at Kuruman, Livingstone's nurse was Mary Moffat. By the time he had regained his strength, they were engaged. They married on February the 9th, 1845.